Peter, I imagine that's an afternoon of frustration.
Yeah, complete frustration from everybody. To lose 1-0 in a game that we've dominated. I was really surprised at the, Kelty Hearts who came here start of the season, and they won 5-1. Really good football inside. Surprised they came here today and parked the bus. Literally played with a 5 at the back. Changed their shape. Just sat in, just going long ball. And I think they tried to pass in the first 20 minutes, but because of the way we worked, we stopped them from being able to get out. We won the ball higher up and pushed into their box. And then they just sort of went long, kicked the ball long with no direction, really, just to the two lads up front that were trying to fight for everything. We dealt with that. And I think if you watch the game, we've probably spent both halves in their half for the majority of the game. We just didn't do enough to trouble the defenders, the 5 defenders who they've got camped in the box. Really, really frustrated and disappointed with the manner in which we conceded the goal. 30 seconds before half time, there's a throw in from them, and we tried to overplay, a bit of naivety, and we lose the ball, and they just get like a one shot in the box and score. So, I spoke to the players afterwards, and I'm saying that's really, I feel for them, because it's a game we've absolutely dominated. We just, it's a game we shouldn't lose though. You dominate a game like that, and you get a team that just camps in, don't play football. They just camp in, trying to get a draw or a win. We've got to come away with a draw. We've lost the game by a mistake, and we've said that previously, that just these little mistakes that seem to be killing us with the little bit of run. We should be trying to get on. So yeah, frustration, deflated, disappointment. But when you step back and take the emotion out of all of that, and you look at the play on the park, I thought we were excellent. And it's a really strange one to say when you come and lost 1-0.
You say they have 5 defenders, but in that second half, once they got the goal, they kind of had everybody back behind it, and time wasted as much as they could. And
they did. That's the dark arts of the game. The other side of it, we said last week when we went to Montrose, we had to be clever with the other side of the game, win the battles, win your headers, and I think it probably could have been managed better, the time wasting and stuff, but we didn't do enough to create too many chances. The game actually became better for us to create chances when we gambled with more men higher. Kelty Hearts were able to break with maybe 2 or 3 more bodies than what they normally would, and then when we won the ball on the other side of that, it was a little bit more open. So we had a couple of half chances, we just didn't choose the right option to play the pass in. I think we had a couple of half chances near the end. I do believe we should have had a penalty. Liam Smith was excellent, outstanding all game. We didn't get that decision today. Last week we got 3. There's the frustrations.
As you say, it was trying to get that final ball into the area to create.
Yeah, I think the frustration probably from fans would be, you need to put the ball in the box. But if we're just going to lump balls into the box to Kirk Broadfoot and Tam Aware, who have played probably 700-800 games between them, and then Callum Flatman, who's another young centre-back who's done really well, dealt with everything in the air, you're just playing into their hands. So we needed to try and move the ball side to side. It was good to get Kai Kennedy a few more minutes today. I think it was about 20-odd minutes. Get them wide, take the players on, hence the reason why I think we should have had a penalty. Liam Smith isolated their full-back, Patterson. He dives in after he got beat in the box. Because if we're going to just keep pumping balls in, they were defending them quite well. But having said that, when they headed the ball clear, we were picking up second balls and creating another attack. So, there's that aspect of the game. It's really good. But we could come here, and I think if the fans see us play absolutely terrible, but we come away winning 1-0, that's acceptable. But it won't last. Playing like that won't last over a longer period. It's just unfortunate that we didn't get the win today, or we didn't get the draw, come away with a point.
Is it a feeling of one step forward after the win last week and then a step back today?
Obviously when you get, you don't win a game, I think even if we got 1 point today, we would be coming away really disappointed that we didn't win it. That's why I feel so deflated. But the performance, the manner, the way in which the players, worked, passed the ball, moved the ball, like I thought, if you were to watch the game back, I think you'd just say that's a totally dominant performance. But where it counts is putting the ball in the back of the net, and we didn't do that.
I'm just going to say, it's an example of possession doesn't win you games.
Exactly. So, do you just pump long balls into the box and make them head the ball away the majority of the time? But I think then you'd have the frustration of, can we not have a bit more quality, getting them down the sides. So I think we mix it up. We did put balls into the box at times. A couple of our crosses, when we got into good crossing areas, went behind the goal. A couple of our crosses went to the keeper, that he was able to take them. So the crossing can be better. That's a small detail that we can say, right, our crosses should be better. We need to have runners into the box as well. But we're really, really nitpicking at that. It's just the manner in which we lost the goal was a huge error and a mistake from a really good young player. And unfortunately, when we're saying we have a very young squad, we do have a very young squad that need to learn the other side of the game. And, taking a risk like that in the 45th minute, you shouldn't be doing that. I think 10 seconds, 15 seconds before, Reece Lyon makes a great tackle over on the touchline here and wins a tackle and boots the ball up into the rafters, and you're going, yeah, that's great, we'll see this through to half time, we can make a few tweaks and we go pushing on for the second half. But then we could see the goal at that time of the match. It galvanises Kelty Hearts that they come out and just sit everybody behind the ball and kill football. And that's what happened today. But they've got 3 points, and that's all that matters.
You had to tweak things early on as well because Harry picked up an injury. What's the latest with Harry?
We're not sure with Harry. He's just took a bad knock. We'll assess him during the week. Hopefully it's not too bad, but he did have to come off. It took a little bit longer than we would like to try and get somebody back onto the pitch. But that's what Harry Cochran didn't want to say, that he was injured. But I think once he started moving and walking again, I think he was struggling. So I'm not sure whether it was a knee or his ankle or what it is. So we'll have to wait and see next week when we speak to the physio.